Yes, people. That's right. I was thinking, if we're gonna do this review, might as well do it right? Tribe Called Quest, 1993, Midnight Marauders. Now, this album in particular, a lot of people argue between this and Low End Theory on which is the best Tribe Called Quest album. Again, I feel that Low End Theory is the better of the two, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, let's talk about the actual album we're here to talk about, Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Came out in 1993, which, fun fact, if you didn't know, is that it also came out on the same day as Wu-Tang's Enter the 36 Chambers. And in Questlove's opinion, is the last greatest day in old school hip-hop. And I guess for good reason. Both albums very revered, very highly regarded, and both changed the game in a multitude of ways, from the way they were emceeing, the way the beats were crafted, even though they're both completely different sounds. Completely different sounds. But Midnight Marauders. As you guys know, I have a time issue with the phone and everything, so we're gonna kind of try to make this a little bit quick. As you can see, it's dark because the album is called Midnight Marauders for a reason. It's not called Daytime Thieves. You know what I mean? It's Midnight Marauders. All right. I know it looks spooky like this, but anyways, I feel it adds for the effect. I actually look like Zordon from Power Rangers, but whatever. Anywho, now this album sounds a lot cleaner than the last one. I will admit that they did step up their rhymes lyrically from the last one as well. Whenever it comes to debating, I'm not always opposed to pointing out the positives of the other side. And yes, I can admit that this album sounds a bit cleaner than the last one, and that the lyrics definitely stepped up on this album. On this album, we'll be checking out Beats, Rhymes, and Life next, but I think so far this might be because even the Love Movement wasn't all like super bar heavy, but I think this might be with the exception of the latest album, Thank You for Your Service, We Got It From Here, I think Midnight Marauders might be like, bar wise, might be the best album, bar wise, not overall quality, bar wise. So, I mean, that in itself puts this album in very high regard. Especially when you have everything else down packed, from sampling to creativity, and just the way you just drop gem, like the overall package. Once you got your lyricism up there with the rest of your skills, it's not that hard to see why Midnight Marauders is looked at as not only the best Tribe album, but one of the best albums in hip hop history, period. So, I mean, that, and the fact that I feel like Q-Tip and Phife really just built on the I don't want to say choreography, just built on the back and forth camaraderie they had on the last one on here. And there's a lot of good tracks on here. I mean, I guess we could get into the tracks. I mean, because beyond that, I don't think anything else special. I mean, as far as what the group was going on, I guess there is a fun fact. One of my favorite tracks on here, The Chase Part 2, originally had Consequence and Pharrell on the track. Why they didn't make it to the final cut, I don't know why, but it is what it is. That was reported by Q-Tip when he was on Drink Champs. So, yeah, that would have been actually interesting to hear. Pharrell and Consequence in Midnight Marauder era, what they would have sounded like, but you get what you can. So it's still an amazing song on its own. So I actually jogged to that song 5 miles one day. So I guess that let me see. I love Steve Biko. I also love the lady that talks throughout the actual album itself, as far as like the hello, this is your midnight, like that's actually pretty cool and creative. It's a creative touch that I actually think really works for the album, I suppose. Then we'll talk about it a little bit later, but I'm saying, like, I can see how it could work for a lot of people. I like it, but it does also have its drawbacks for me. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, Steve Biko, Award Tour. I've been hearing it my whole life. That after a while, I could do without it. I mean, I'll never skip it because it's an amazing song. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll be honest and say I like all. I mean, the tracks that I like the most, I might go back and replay the most are Steve Biko, 8 Million Stories. I love that solo 5 track. It might be the 8 Million Stories or Butter. I don't know which one is the best solo 5 track in Tribe history. That I don't know, but 8 Million Stories. What else am I going back to? Electric Relaxation is probably like my number. Man, I don't know if number 2 would be Fine Away or Electric Relaxation. Because number 1, as far as Tribe songs, is Check the Rhyme. I mean, I guess you could put Scenario in there. I guess that would be 1 and 2. But I love Check the Rhyme, so I guess Scenario would be 2. So I don't know what would be 3 between Electric Relaxation and Fine Away. But Electric Relaxation, I'll have that on repeat for like an hour, maybe more, if I'm in the mood to hear it that bad. There's that. We Could Get Down. I love that track. The Chase Part 2, we already talked about that. Oh My God and Lyrics to Go. I mean, man, and the track after that, I can't believe it's escaping my mind right now. It's the last track on it's the last track on the original pressings, but on the one that I got up from my phone, I have the one that has Sex on the Platter, which I'm not really a big fan of that. So, I mean, it's cool. They execute it well. The bars are there, but it's just like, I could do without it. So, I mean, I think this is also the time where Q-Tip, Gangstar, if you listen to Gangstar's Moment of Truth album in the intro, Guru says that they update their formula with the times, but still Guru in Premiere. Well, I feel like Tribe kind of did that too, because it was 93 and lyricism and the way lyrics were being spun were way different than when they did their last album in 91, and there was a lot more emphasis on bars and all that too. I mean, because you have Wu-Tang at this point in time, Hieroglyphics was out doing their thing. This was like the year of their run, and I mean, yeah, there were a bunch of people that were coming out. The ITC, I think Fat Joe was out that year, Fat Joe the Gangster or something like that. Like, so, you know, again, they just changed with the times. They still had the same topics, still had the same humor, and, you know, just gems that you weren't getting from everyone else. But they had all that which they had in the last album, but they just made sure that their bars were matching with what the quality of barrage was in 93. So, I mean, yeah, again, Snoop Dogg, definitely, very hip-hop was becoming very bar heavy at this time. Not to say it wasn't before, but like the way they were saying it now, and the fact that Nas was coming out with Illmatic next year, like, so yeah. However, with all that being said, the reason why I would probably prefer Low End Theory as opposed to this album, even with it being more bar heavy, even with it sounding way cleaner, even with it possibly having the best Fife solo track. If you remember last time, I ate my words when I said that the Love Movement was the only album that I probably wouldn't skip tracks on. But when I listened to Low End Theory, if you saw the last review, you saw that, you know, I'm not skipping anything on here. Here, on this album, I'm skipping Sucker N-Word. Yes, I refuse to say the N-word. Just because, why? It's an offspring of a word that was used to degrade a race of people, so. And I'm not black, so I don't even feel like I have the right to say it. But, again, that's another question that's another conversation for another time. But as far as, like, the Sucker N-Word and Hot Sex on Platter, sorry. I mean, if it's there and if it plays, I'll listen to it, but I can't listen to it more than once. Like, I'll listen to it and they'll be like, okay, next track. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's the only thing, like, that probably holds it from me putting it up there. I mean, it's up there, but not close. Like, it's skimming. Like, if you had to grade Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders, Low End Theory is 100, Midnight Marauders is like a 98. It's not that bad, but, you know. And plus, I also have to say that even though the lady with the robotic voice that guides you through the album, that was a beautifully nice and creative touch, so they're not getting any fault. But as far as the listening experience, it did kind of break up the flow of it a little bit, even though it was supposed to be there. Like Low End Theory, there is nothing like that. It's just from track to track. It doesn't or anything like that. It gets straight to the point. The next track, and it flowed, and it flowed, and it flowed, and it flowed. Where this one, you hear the song, and she'll pop in out of nowhere with that jazzy background. Again, some people may love it and feel like it's better than, or it's the best Tribe album for that, you know. But for me, it was just like, this is dope, but, like, it's super dope, but I swear I know I'm gonna get a lot of hatred for this. But anywho, yeah. So it's 11 minutes now, but I want to say that this is the album where I believe, because even the Low End Theory was the album where people took Tribe super serious as a rap group. This one solidified Tribe Called Quest. This album here really cemented them as legends, icons, and much more. And just like the last two albums, this album inspired a breadth of artists too. I don't want to go into names of all of them. I mean, I guess I'll go into the names that I didn't mention in the last video. Last time I mentioned J Dilla, Pharrell, and them. I think I mentioned Kanye West last time. I mean, this album influenced this guy that was, I forgot his name, but I guess the safest thing for me to say is that whoever was influenced by Low End Theory will probably say that they were influenced by this album too. Because when people talk about Tribe, yes, the first one is the automatic classic and it goes up there with these three, but people usually talk about these two albums, Low End and Midnight. That's always the argument. You're on the low end side, or you're in the midnight side. You know, it's like, which side do you choose? It's up to you, whichever you choose. But anyway, yeah, man, Q-Tip stepped it up. Fife stepped it up. Ali really, I guess, helped in production as far as making the beats sound cleaner, giving it that, like, it doesn't sound as dated as Low End, but like I said, for certain reasons, Low End kind of beats it out on top. Doesn't mean that this by far is a whack album. I'll listen to it anytime. I'm not gonna lie. It also probably has one of the best album covers in hip hop history, with the tribal lady in the front, in an erotic pose, and in the background was just everybody that was on Jive Records signed at the time, plus like Tribe native tongue affiliates on the cover with headphones. It's just dope. It doesn't get any doper than that. So I mean, if I had to grade Midnight Marauders, if I grade the Low End Theory 5 based on its perfections for me, then I guess this would be like a 4.5, so 4.5 out of 5. Again, just because it's a 4.5 and it's not a 5 doesn't mean it's trash. I don't want people to think that. It's still an amazing album. But anyways, guys, yes, that was Midnight Marauders, 1993. And I think I said all I needed to say. All I'll say now in closing before time runs out is, next up is Beats, Rhymes, and Life from 1996. Comment and like if you like what I'm doing here. You know, I try to be creative for this video simply because it's Midnight Marauders, and they say that we listen to most of our music at midnight. It's midnight and it's dark, so you know what I mean. So anyways, yes, so like, comment, subscribe only if you feel like I've earned your subscription, because remember, guys, as I always say, subscriptions are earned, not asked for. And same for the notification bell. If you want to see any more videos pop up and you want to be notified about it, just hit the notification bell, and you know, you'll be the first to get it along with everybody else. So anyways, guys, I said all I had to say. More reviews coming soon. That Friday the 13th one, I have not forgotten. I'm working on it. It's just a lot of life stuff. It took a while just for this one to come out, and I announced this one like a week or two ago. So, anyways, love you. Be safe. Be humble. And God bless you. And if God willing, we will see each other again on the next video. Peace.